really well. Can you see and hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Great.
awesome. Awesome, awesome. I was like, I'll let you introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit about you, your background, the work that you do, anything you want to share about your resume, whatever you want to share.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Kathy Desai Seltzer. I'm a certified infant massage instructor. But in my former life, I was in a community development professional. So I worked in affordable housing communities, teaching organizations how to engage residents in an authentic way. And
Mm,
then with my daughter, she was 2. I was tired of the commuting. I wasn't making the impact that I had set out to do.
yeah,
There was too many politics, so it sort of came up serendipitously. And infant massage, for those of you who are not familiar, has been around for thousands of years. It's been practiced in the East, in Africa, Central and South America, and also in
okay.
my family for generations. And so I realize that women in America, mothers and parents, fathers, don't really know about infant massage or they see it as
Mm,
luxury. So the more I learned about it and the more I did it, I realized how powerful it was, and I became sort of passionate about um, spreading the power of loving touch to all parents, regardless
yeah,
of where they live or where they're from, that all babies need this. And for those of you who are new to infant massage, it helps everything from gas colic to improving sleep, digestion, immunity, digestion, the breastfeeding relationship, it decreases postpartum depression. It transforms babies' brain.
mm,
You can actually change baby's DNA by massaging them, and so it's so incredibly powerful. And I think similar to adult massage, in America we see massage as luxury when it really
yeah,
should be seen as something that's part of our healthcare to keep us from getting sick. And babies are no different. So those first few months, for example, in India, the midwife will come to the house, massage
mm.
mom and baby for 3 months,
Oh,
and bathe them. So that's postpartum care, right? As you know,
wow.
as a dual
Never learned
care,
it.
like moms are doing everything and they shouldn't
Yeah,
be. They should be taken care of. The baby should be, they should have help taking care of their babies, but we do it all here. And it shows in our statistics, in our health, in our mental health, in our emotional and physical health. And so they do this because it's really important. So I have with
yeah.
me, not a real baby, but it looks real. This is Baby
Aw,
Rose. Baby
that's
Rose often
fantastic.
accompanies me to my classes,
Okay.
and they're made to look much like babies, so they have the weight and the height and the feel of a real baby. So I
Yeah.
often use this, especially if they're the father or other parent or grandparent in the room that wants to learn too.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned benefits, which I talked about, and then some myths. Like people believe that either baby massage is harmful. I've
Yeah.
had people say, my pediatrician doesn't know if this is safe. Completely safe. You can do it as soon as umbilical cord falls off, which is why we encourage people to learn during pregnancy.
Okay.
And then you can and should massage baby until forever. I really, really believe that this shouldn't be an activity. It's really a choice. It's a lifestyle. It
Mm-hmm.
can and should be incorporated into your daily routine. So I have a 4.5-year-old now who I still massage. And this is sort of a secondary benefit, but the more you massage them and they see the benefits and see it as a tradition in your family, they massage you. So I thought I'd have to wait till my daughter was older, but she massages me, that's not super effective, but she's gotten really into like back massage and walking on backs, and I'm not going to say no. So I love that
Yeah.
she can see that as a treatment for a problem and that she can learn about it. She can pass it on to her kids. So instead of
Yeah.
reaching for the bottle of medicine or going to the doctor, it's like, let me try this tummy routine and relieve my baby's gas or colon through that.
So let me ask a couple of questions. I'm just going to go back to the beginning a little bit. You said that you
Yeah,
became a certified infant massage therapist. Like, what's the certification process like to become an infant massage therapist?
that's a great question. So it's about a week of training.
Okay.
It's about 40 hours, and it's through the International Association of Infant Massage.
Okay.
So it's an international certifying body. And, people in my class included NICU nurses, because a lot of times nurses will learn how to massage
Mm,
babies to help premature babies leave the hospital.
yeah.
Um, Physical therapists, massage therapists, it was like medical professionals and healthcare professionals that were
Mm-hmm.
involved in getting training. And so training is important because it's not difficult, right? But you don't want to teach somebody something that's wrong. For example, the tummy stroke, which I'll show you, if it's done in the wrong direction, will actually cause the opposite effect, which I can tell you about in a
Oh,
minute. And then, of course, you want to be mindful of how much pressure you're using, the pace,
yeah.
looking for cues. Is baby happy? Is baby responding well? Is baby's touch sensitive based on their birth experience? So all of those things
Hmm.
are really important. But the Starting Amplifying Body kind of teaches you how to do that, how to take care of it from a preemie to the growing child. So it's massaging baby as they get older, especially as they get mobile, is harder,
Yeah.
but it's still good and necessary.
Okay. And you said that you would actually suggest that parents learn massage like while the baby is still in the womb. So tell us a little bit about the classes. Like how long are they? How long do you have to take the classes? And like on average, how much do they cost?
Yeah, so touch is actually the first sense that develops in utero, and it's the
Yeah.
last sense that leaves our bodies when we die. So it's actually the only sense we cannot survive without. We can survive without sight or
Mm,
smell, and all, but we cannot survive without touch. It's literally part of our survival. And
wow.
so, pregnancy, especially if you're pregnant with your first child, is a great time to learn baby massage because then
Yeah.
once baby comes, you can get to start practicing and going to it as opposed to saying, I have to take care of a baby and learn a new skill. It's all kind of too overwhelming.
Right.
So you can start, massaging your belly. That's really great touch for baby. It's part of conscious pregnancy, which we talk about. Um, the course itself, so I do in-person classes for those of you who are in the DC area. And then I have an online course. So
Mm,
that's been really helpful because people from different parts of the country or people want to show their grandparents or they just don't have time and aren't able to come to a live class can really look to that for lifetime access. If they have other kids, they forget a stroke. There's over 50 strokes covering
wow.
the face, the head, which I include in my course, the arms, the tummy, the legs, the back, and then some gentle movements. And
Okay.
so we cover the entire body.
Wow.
And we also have a mini course on just gas pollen.
Okay.
All of that you can find on my website. And if you go to my website, there's a downloadable PDF on what oils to use by season because we recommend oils over lotion because
Okay.
baby puts their hand in their mouth or their feet in their mouth. We want whatever's going in their mouth to be natural and organic.
Yeah,
And then oil is actually
absolutely.
really great for their skin. So you can find all that on the website.
Okay. And the classes are about an hour and it's like a 6 week process, or how long are the classes
Um,
and what's the duration?
yeah, so it's self-paced, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
if it was in person, it would be about an hour a week or an hour and a half for 2 weeks.
Okay.
The online course, all of the modules are less than 10 minutes, so you can binge watch, binge it in a couple of hours. But what
Okay.
we recommend is every week taking a part of the body. So this week I'm going to learn legs, and I'm going to
Okay.
practice legs every week. And then next week I'm going to add in tummy. The week after I'm going to add in arms. So it becomes a more of a habit as opposed to I forgot, what was that other one? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be overwhelming. It really should be helpful and additive to families.
Okay. And then as far as the things that you see that commonly come up with some of your students that massage can help with, like I know you mentioned colic, you mentioned like a few other things with breastfeeding. So could you go over like what are some of the most common benefits that you've seen with your students through them massaging their babies?
Yeah, so that's a great question. There are both short-term and long-term benefits, right? So in the
Oh,
short term, if your baby is gassy, constipated, has colic, is struggling with sleep,
mm-hmm.
you can improve their immunity. If they have growth issues, like they're on the smaller side, you can help them build stronger muscles. Mobility, pre-verbal and non-verbal communication. So they're going to start oohs and ahs more frequently, more
Mm-hmm.
sooner, and decrease postpartum depression. So as you're massaging
Oh,
baby, you're releasing oxytocin, as is your baby. So that's
mm,
actually reducing any effects of depression and anxiety after baby comes. The
wow.
breastfeeding relationship. So all of these are sort of helping baby be calmer, relax, regulate their emotion, draining the
Yeah.
lymphatic system. It's all sort of connected. And then in the long term, if you massage baby every day for 1 month, you're increasing the number of white blood cells they're producing. That means they're more able to fight off any kind of infection. The colds, the flus, the things that
Wow.
they're going to get in daycare, they're going to be more equipped to fight off. And then long-term DNA expression. So if you've got a family history of some illness, the baby, it doesn't have to be baby's sort of sentence, right? You can actually change how
Mhm.
their DNA is expressed through the power of loving touch. So it's just you will see benefits immediately, but then you'll see benefits for the next 40, 50 years of baby's life.
Wow. And can you talk a little bit about like how massaging changes, right? So I'm assuming that the way that you would massage a newborn would be different than the way that you would massage a toddler and then an older child versus an adult. So like how can people know like how to adjust those movements?
Yeah, so I actually talk about it in the course, but I also have been releasing these weekly videos on massage for different things, and I will
Okay.
be next month releasing a video on massaging the growing child. But
Okay, cool.
as a baby, as infants, you can have them in their cute little diapers, naked on the ground, with the blanket and your oil, and you massage them. And actually, one more benefit that I forgot to mention is bonding. It's one of the biggest and most impactful benefits when you massage baby. It's an incredibly intimate and bonding type of experience. So, as an infant, you're massaging them on the ground. As they become a little bit older, you're giving them toys to play with, right? Like they might need a
Yeah.
rattle or, Sophie the giraffe to be distracted while you do their massage, which you can also, for example, with a back massage, you can double it up with tummy time. And then with
Okay.
toddlers, you know how active toddlers are. That's when
Yeah.
they get very. I have a strong child, so I know how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Um, but you give them more choice, more autonomy. Like, what do you want mommy to massage your legs today or your arms? Do you want to help massage mommy make the oil? Do you want to do Itsy Bitsy Spider or London bridges? And so you literally are using
Okay.
your creativity to do that. So with my toddler, I might say, oh, there's a storm coming, and literally tell a story on her back, but also be massaging her back in the process. With the older
Mm.
kids, you're not going to have them laying down on the ground, but
Yeah.
foot massage is great to do with your son or daughter. Teenagers love that. Shoulder massages are great. You can even have like a spa day with some of your preteens. I love to do that.
Okay.
And the truth is that boys are touched less. Men, people of color, people who are incarcerated, the age, the old elderly are all touched less, which is obviously a detriment to their health and to health of our society. And so
Yeah.
we really encourage that all people are touched, of all ages, of all backgrounds, are touched in a loving way by their parents. So you never get too old for loving touch. And
Mm.
what they found is that where there's sort of a correlation, so where there's less touch, there's more aggression. And so that goes back to the idea of why we need touch for survival. When we are touched in a loving way, it calms our nervous system. It helps us relax. It helps us deal with stressors. And so
Yeah.
teenagers, especially teenage boys, they need that loving touch from their mom or their dad to really understand, and girls too, because what happens is they often look for that type of affection and love elsewhere. So that's what's really important. Actually, my doula recently left me a testimonial that she heard me speak to her students um, and realized that she was touching her daughter, her preteen daughter, less than her teenage boy. And so, it was just
Mm.
sort of kind of like she didn't know that she was doing it, but we just assumed that, oh, boys don't need to be touched, boys aren't affectionate. But she started doing that, and it really changed her relationship with her son. He became more open, he
Mm.
started expecting the loving touches, he started returning them. He was giving her hugs more often. You hear a story of a strong football player who never leaves the house without hugging his mom. Like those things are really
Yeah.
impactful, and boys and men need it as much as women and girls do. So we really encourage that touch be part of your life as a family
Mhm.
forever.
So tell me, like, when you're an adult, you can tell someone, like, oh, I need more pressure, or oh, I need less pressure, or over to the right, to the left. But when you have a baby or you have a toddler, sometimes the communication will not be as clear. So, like, how we know, like, if we're applying too much pressure or not enough pressure, or if we're doing the massage properly, just we can't get the verbal cues that we're used to getting when we massage a partner.
Yeah, so you're gonna, as you massage your baby, the other benefit, and there's so many, is that you get to know them better. You get to
Mm.
understand their needs, their wants, their desires, these are the cues. So
Yeah.
baby, as young as infants will give you these cues. And what you set up, so if you say, hey, I'm gonna have a song that's gonna be a massage song, or this specific oil, or this candle, baby will start to understand those as cues for the massage to start. So you haven't even touched baby, but they're smelling, they're hearing your hands rubbing against each other, they're hearing that massage song. Those are the cues. So you're going to be communicating
Okay.
in a way that's it's really beautiful, but it's not using words. And the same thing. So baby's going to communicate to you what they need. If they're crying, for example, you don't want to proceed with the massage unless they have gas polyps. That's the only exception. But
Okay.
those things are cues that we help you read so that you understand what baby needs. In terms
Okay.
of pressure, if it's too light, baby's not going to feel the impact, right? It's going to feel like a tickle. They'll misunderstand it. It'll seem like fun. If it's too hard, which we never really have, especially our mamas, applying too much pressure, but you want to apply enough to where they're getting the benefit and it's not just a waste of time for anybody. Even the pace, right? If it's too fast, imagine you getting a massage for yourself. If it's too fast, too hurried, oh, that was like not fun. Or if it's too slow,
Yeah.
you can avoid it easily, right? So you really
Right.
want to match that with your breath, both pressure and the pace.
Okay, so gauge it with the breath of the baby.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
I mean, it's such a beautiful synchronicity, right? So as you're massaging, your
Mm.
breath is matching baby's breath, your heartbeat is matching baby's heartbeat. It just becomes this beautiful exchange of information that's not verbal.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay. And
Yeah.
you have your baby with you. Can you demonstrate like any like just simple sort of things that people can do to kind of get started? Would that be easy to do in this position or?
Yeah, I could
Okay.
definitely. So, and like I said, there are YouTube videos too, like if this isn't clear on here. But for example,
Yeah.
I mentioned you can do it incorrectly, right? So, um, whenever you're massaging baby's tummy to on a regular basis just to ensure proper digestion, or if it's to alleviate gas or colic or even constipation, you always want to make sure you're moving in a clockwise direction. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
clockwise is in the direction of our digestion. So you always want to go clockwise. So if baby's constipated, imagine a belly button here, you would move in a clockwise direction around the belly button. Now,
Okay.
if you were to do it incorrectly and go counterclockwise, baby will actually projectile vomit as opposed to eliminating. So now you're
Oh,
sending things the wrong way.
right.
I've had a mother do that before when she went home and she said, "Yeah, it was great. My baby vomited," and I'm like, "Oh, that's no, that's not
That's
supposed to
not
happen."
it. Yeah. Well, that's
So you always,
awesome for you to know that something was not right. So that's good. Okay. So
yeah,
clockwise around the stomach is matching digestion.
correct. So,
Okay.
and there's other strokes for tummy, and this is just the constipation stroke, but
Okay.
all of them, you always want to make sure clockwise, just say clockwise in your head, that you're
Okay.
going the correct way. And
Okay.
baby will sometimes eliminate during the massage or shortly after. But especially if baby's constipated, you want to do these strokes a couple of times a day for several days until you have relief.
Is it true that you can also massage the feet in order to help with constipation?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we also talk about reflexology. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there are so many 72,000 nerve endings on the bottoms of our feet that align with different parts of our body, right?
Yeah.
So the middle areas where the small and large intestines are connected, so
Okay.
applying pressure to those areas, whether you're pulsing or in circular motion, will also, like we hear babies pass gas when we do that, or some babies will eliminate. So yes, you can affect baby's digestion by massaging their feet. That is true.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. You were saying about the stomach, you were saying that there's other motions that you can do as well besides circular, right?
Yeah, so circular is
Okay.
for constipation.
Okay.
If they're experiencing gas or colic, I think there might be 8 strokes in total, but one of them is the water wheel. And so some of you might have seen this
Mhm.
intuitively, but you're essentially moving the matter down. So you're alternating your hands, going from the
Oh,
top of the belly button downwards, and I'll just use one hand right now, down
okay.
towards the groin. So you can actually loosen baby's
Mhm.
diaper to get down further, and but keep it on just in case you do eliminate, and
Just in case,
help
yeah.
move the matter down. And if it's a lot of gastrocolic, you can actually also put the legs up and then massage downward to provide added pressure to the belly.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Is there other things that you can do as far as like massage if you want to include it into nap time? If there are certain moves or strokes that we can do on our babies, like arms or back or something in order to kind of induce a more restful sleep?
Yes. So timing of day is also going to be both unique to you and your family's lifestyle, but
Okay.
also about baby's alertness, right? So you don't want to massage a tired baby or a hungry baby because they won't have fun, you won't have fun. And
Oh, okay.
after they eat, you want to wait at least 15 to 20 minutes before massaging their belly. But
Okay.
if you massage baby for 15 minutes before bedtime, they increase the amount of melatonin that they release, which means they sleep deeper
Hmm.
and more love. And so before bedtime is a great time to massage baby. The only thing to note is that they might often be hungry. So you might massage them, feed them one last time, and then put them down for the night.
Okay.
So the strokes that go towards the heart is sending blood back to the heart, and that's what's going to calm and relax baby. So you could do an arm stroke where you start at the wrist,
Hmm.
cupping your hand, and you're going upwards. And you would alternate hands. I just can't do that right now, but
Okay.
you would cup your hands upwards towards the shoulder, and that's sending blood back to the heart. So it's a calming, restorative, relaxing massage. And
Okay.
again, you want to make sure that your pressure is significant enough to where they feel it, obviously not hurting them. And the really little ones they have a hard time giving up their arms, right? They were so close and snug
Yeah.
inside the womb. They might be a little bit resistant, but it'll actually help them grow too. So it's a great massage to do before bedtime.
Okay. And is scalp massage okay for babies? I know sometimes when babies are small, we kind of have that space in the middle that is kind of soft for a little while. And so I just want to make sure that it's okay to do head and scalp
Yeah.
massage.
Yes. In my course, I've added head massage because it is safe. The only thing,
Okay.
as I said, you just want to avoid the fontanelle, the soft spot in the front, right?
Yes.
Uh, you can safely massage the rest of your baby's head, and it's actually, again, very relaxing, very restorative. There are strokes that I include, but just even rubbing the back because they're on their backs all day. There's often a bald patch, but it helps increase
Yeah.
circulation, and also it calms them when they're very anxious and upset. So
Okay.
scalp massage is great, and all of this you can incorporate oil into.
Okay. Awesome. That's really, really cool. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share with everyone as far as like myths or tips or tricks or common practices for getting started at infant massage for like brand new people?
No, I mean, I think one of the myths I mentioned was that it can be harmful, which it can't. If
Yeah.
it's even practiced with preemies in hospitals, it's safe. And the second is that it's a luxury. So I really want people to see, like they do in other countries, that massage is necessary, it's critical, and it's essential for baby as much as food and water because we need that loving touch for survival. And
Yeah.
so that's a big myth that I want to help dispel is that massage is luxury. Um, Otherwise, I'm happy to support anybody, new parents or pregnant mamas. I'm happy to join them on their journey of learning how to massage their babies. As I mentioned, I release videos on YouTube every week.
Mhm.
Just short videos that are easily digestible and people could learn. And then, of course, I have my courses on my website that people can learn more about.
Okay. And then tell everyone what your website is and like your social media handles and what's your preferred like method that people contact you, like email or DM you, like all of that.
Sure. So
Yeah.
it's VyanaInfantMassage.com. So VYANA infantmassage.com is the website. I'm I'm pretty active on Instagram and a little bit on Facebook. So those handles are the same at Viana.infantmassage. And email is great, social media is great. Phone calls,
Okay.
I get so many spam calls. I tend to do that sort of screening before picking up phone calls, but I'm happy if you'd rather talk on the phone to call you back, but just send me
Okay.
an email and we could set that up.
Okay, awesome. And then let everyone know one more time about your classes. Give people like dates if you have any coming up for in person, and then remind everyone about the self-paced one as well. Just want to make sure everyone gets that information. I know you're in the DC area, so that will
Yeah.
vary based on locale,
So
but of course online everyone can reach you.
yeah, so we have so I do private individual if it's just a mom and or dad or partner or grandparents that want me to come, I do in-home music. Group classes. So if you are a group of pregnant mamas or new moms or neighbors that want to learn together, I love doing those as well. And then I do
Okay.
community workshops like massage for teething, massage for gas, at yoga studios and different birthplaces. And then the self-paced is on VianaInfantMassage.com. So that's an online course. It includes everything, including bonus interviews with an acupuncturist and a sleep coach, lifetime access so you can use it with other children as you learn, to massage and forget strokes as, as a busy mom.
Yeah.
And all of that is information is there. So right now, due to COVID, we're not doing the in-person classes
Okay.
yet, but probably within the next month or two, I hope to see those cute babies again. So if you're in the DC area inside the Beltway, I can travel to you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for all the awesome information. I really, really appreciate you joining us.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much, Jariel.
Yeah, and thank you everybody so much for watching. If you caught the replay, definitely hashtag replay in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to DM either one of us. I will make sure that your questions get answered if you DM me. And I just want to thank everyone so much for joining us. We will be back this week, so stay tuned on the page for our continuing expert series. I'm so happy that we're able to highlight so many people and get so many good tips and tricks and myths out into the open this month. So the series will continue. So everybody stay tuned. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.